leaders called Shingira Shirao, Samshin Shirao, has actually threatened the peaceful protest scheduled to be undertaken by the people of Zimbabwe on 31st of July. It's few days from now. The Zimbabwean protesters have been speaking about peaceful protest, but the government of Zimbabwe that is afraid of people, it is already characterizing these protests as protests that would be violent. There is absolutely no one who has spoken about violent protest. We have urged Zimbabweans to protest to make sure that they get rid of this government that is undermining and violating the rights of the people, including the right to protest. As you have noticed, there is a lot of panicking within the camps in ZANU PF, including the security cluster. They understand one thing: Zimbabweans are more than they. If Zimbabweans beat their fears on the 31st of July and heed to this protest, definitely ZANU, it will be the end of the autocratic regime of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. No one has spoken of violence, but they are busy speaking of violence, these thugs. I don't know where they are getting this. No one has ever spoken about violence. Zimbabweans are speaking of peaceful protest, people-centered peaceful protest, but they see violence in this. Let's hear the ZANU PF youth leader speaking, one of the youth leaders of the Party of Chaos speaking.
Some elements on the lunatic fringe still find pleasure in engaging in destructive hooliganism disguised as demonstrations. With particular reference to the fake demonstrations planned for 31st July, we are more than doubly aware that these attempts to cause mayhem in the country are part of a broader regime change strategy that has in the past yielded nothing but violence. As ZANU PF, we register our preparedness to stand in resolute defense of legitimate national interests, in defense of innocent breadwinners and their dependents who are being threatened with disruptive, senseless violence and injury. We further reiterate our conviction that the only acceptable path to political power in Zimbabwe.
I was about to hear the only acceptable path. Unfortunately, the video that I have for you is actually ending there. Let me try it. Maybe I may get this particular video from actually one of the ZANU PF media outlets. Let me just look for it. So these are youth leaders of ZANU PF. As you see, they are already mischaracterized. They are already doing mischaracterization of protest. They are characterizing them as protests that would be violent. Not only are they doing so, they are further also characterizing protest as sponsored. Nobody is sponsoring protest in Zimbabwe. They say these protests are sponsored protests by people who want to achieve foreign elements, who wants to achieve a regime change agenda in Zimbabwe. This is the propaganda that is old and tired. It was used by Robert Gabriel Mugabe. For now, it is very, very old and tired. It is Zimbabweans who are organizing these protests. They are tired of the regime of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. They are tired of actually Mnangagwa violating and tampering with the constitution. It has been for the third consecutive time. One man within a very short space of time attacking the sacred document of the nation, that is the constitution, in an effort to create a dynasty. There is absolutely no foreign sponsored violence in Zimbabwe. It is Zimbabweans saying we are protesting against this unreasonable and unconstitutional change or attack to the sacred document of the nation called the Constitution. These attempts by these overzealous churches calling, there is this other church leader who says demonstrations a treasonous act against government, that is called Matsibaba Mapuranga. There have been numerous mischaracterization of these protests. As you have heard from this youth leader, he is saying this is propaganda, is state-sponsored propaganda. They know that this is the big deal. They know that Zimbabweans are many. If there is any regime that fears the people, it is Emmerson Mnangagwa. The people have shown him flames both on the ballot box and they will also show him flames during the protest. And this may be leader that may be removed by just mere protest. Don't undermine angry people. He inherited power when Zimbabweans were already angry. Anyone who may inherit even power from Emmerson Mnangagwa and think that he will continue taking Zimbabwe for granted. People are tired. People have suffered enough. They have noticed that what is it? That is not death. We have to stand up. We have to be men and women, stand up against this government and be counted. That is what Zimbabweans are already dedicated to do, and they see it on social media. They are overwhelming government-sponsored propaganda from these fake Mapostori and fake Matsibabas who are busy who have actually turned churches into political parallel structures of ZANU PF. Anyone who goes to these churches now is forced to chant a slogan of ZANU PF. Just imagine, listen to this idiot speaking. It's a Matsibaba, this thing. Listen to him speaking.
Against the constitutionally elected government. Hapasi kutenderwa kuti munyika muno meZimbabwe muitike demonstration, muitike protest, muitike insurrection, muitike revolt, muitike anything that is treasonous. Nekuda kwokuti president Mnangagwa vakaisa mashoko avakati vose vanhu yetitaurirana. Vakataura mashoko president vakati ndine open door policy. Mutungamiriri wenyika pavakapinda mugore ra2018 vakaisa shoko ravakati uyai tiite political actors dialogue. Vakakoka munhu wose. Takaona vanhu vasingauye, takaona vanhu vasingatedzere open door policy yapresident. Ndo vanhu vamwe chete zvakare vanenge vaida kuita demonstration vachida kuita zvisingatenderwa nemirawo. Chinonzi constitutional amendment act wamutemo.
So you can hear the language. And now hear this other fool also masquerading as a church leader. You can hear from these Matsibabas that are going to hell. Listen to this.
Ndokuvunza izwi kuti iyi mvura iyi inorevei. Zvikati pamusoro penyika yeZimbabwe. Zvatiri kutaura izvozvi vakawanda muchachema hama. Vamwe vari panapa kana muchinamata namata hysteric. Nokuti handina kuona mazorikunda. Pamusoro apa paita gore rinonzi renhema iri kunaya mvura iri kuda kupa rufu runogona kupfuura mazuva eCovid. Saka nachinamata ngatiita sei? Ngatinamati sei? Uchibva pano ndokumbira kuti wabuda kunzoko ingomire paunomira ungotaurira Mwari kuti ndanga ndiri pano, nyaya yataurwa ndichengetewo ini, mugochengetewo hama dzangu, muchengetewo vana vangu. Ndaona machema hama madonhwe ropa aya akasangana nemvura chaiupenyu haana kundifadza. Kazhinji ukaona zvakadaro zvinoti pakati pemvura ndozvinombotaurwa kwarevhitika kuti tichanaisa mvura on your land according to the seasons of your land. So when there's a problem, John's profita na Jehovah that identified and I knew you as a seed in that blood in mother's womb. Ndakakuziva uri mhozi muropi muchibereko chamai vako. Anodzoka zvakare kuna Jeremiah kuti Jeremiah, you are now a mature prophet. You can prophesy and predict the future of the nation. Kureva kuti Zimbabwe inofanira kuna matiko. Dai zvaita kuti ichi chinhu chiende mumagurupu edu emapostori ese nenyika dzose. Kana kupi hakuna mufundisi kana bishop asingacheme 10, 15, 20, 30 avanhu. ndaona yakaipa yana kunaka ndokumbira kuti nyika ine Zimbabwe yatina mate ndaona machema hama vamwe vari pano andaona mari kuda iyo ndiri kuona inopunza vanhu muchinyararire kutopfuura maro eraita covid saka ngatiita sei.
So these are the people trusted by Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, who are the heartbeat of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. This is the same prophet. I cannot believe these idiots. This is the same prophet who told us that ZANU PF is a holy political party. How can it be holy when it's killing people, when it's causing poverty in Zimbabwe? How can I mean? These are I think these are people coming from the pit of hell. How can you see everything normal in Zimbabwe under Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa and call yourself a Matsibaba or a prophet? This is nonsense. If you can't see how ZANU PF has actually caused this untold suffering of the people of Zimbabwe, and then you want to speak smart about this political party and you prophesy lies like what these people are doing. They have actually made the gospel of God to be a disgrace. We know the gospel. We grew up in the church. This is not how pastors carry out themselves. This is not how actually the so-called Matsibaba should carry out them if they are coming from God. I doubt these people worship God. These people allow themselves to be bribed, be given blood money, and then they come to people masquerade themselves as prophets. They are nothing less than Satanists. That's why they dream of blood to their families because of the evil that they are causing in the nation. I think he failed to say God was showing him, and definitely the day of reckoning shall come to these evil churches as well as pastors who see nothing wrong with the Kukuraundist, who see nothing wrong with the leader who killed Zimbabweans during broad daylight in the streets of Harare. They see nothing wrong with the leader who has killed so many people days leading up to this Cap 3. This Cap 3 have actually caused a lot of suffering to a lot of people. As we're speaking, there is another young man who died because he was beaten. Beaten for what? Because he was against this illegal piece of legislation that is meant to benefit just a single family in Zimbabwe, whilst Zimbabweans, in their overwhelming majority, languishes in prison. And then you call this a political party from God over my dead body. And we've seen a lot of nonsense being done by these apostles during the regime of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. It has exposed them that they know less of God. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okancuba Mhlabane is signing out. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side live broadcast as I give you more.